Thank you, Professor Arshi Khan, for giving me this opportunity to preside over this very important online conference. I welcome the founder chairman, Manzoor Alam Saab's son, who is representing him. Manzoor Saab has played a unique and dynamic role in establishing this outstanding institute, which is well known within India and abroad. And I've been associated from the very beginning with this institute. It's an honor and privilege to still continuing working with this institute. I have great pleasure in welcoming Salman Khurshid, our Honorable former Minister, Professor Apurvanand, Mr. Amresh Mishra, Professor Afzal Wani, Chairman of the IAS, and Professor Hasina Hasia. Without taking much time, I'll just briefly, for a few minutes, touch on this theme of today's discussion, which is the United Nations, Middle East and sovereignty, issues and challenges. I don't have to labor the point that United Nations is nearing 80 years and it has been the votary of world public opinion representing more than 190 countries. And it's truly universal in nature. And despite all the problems associated with the UN Security Council veto power, it is still the only body responsible for international peace, security, and stability. And the membership has been growing. And the issues involving United Nations interventions range from agriculture to cultural and health and so on and so forth. But of late, the UN system has been under pressure because of certain great powers who feel that they are the repositories of the international rules-based order, according to them. And defiance of international law, United Nations is becoming a routine matter, not just in the West Asian region, which is known here in this conference as Middle East, but also impinging on the sovereignty of independent sovereign members of the United Nations. I don't want to go into the details how members of the UN have been invading sovereign neighbors, countries in violation of the UN Charter, international law, and Geneva Conventions, so on and so forth. But in the recent past, one country which has uniformly, consistently, and brazenly, which has undermined the United Nations has been Israel by its repeated genocidal attacks in Gaza, attacking its neighbor Lebanon and little far away Yemen, and also attacking Syria, its neighbor, and occupying illegally the country's territory. And more recently, it attacked Iran, a sovereign member of the United Nations, by citing flimsy reasons that its nuclear program is a threat to Israel's security. More shockingly, the United States also misused the Charter of the United Nations, international law, and joined Israel in attacking Iran. So the United Nations has become a mute spectator in this onslaught on sovereign independent states violating UN Charter impunity and claiming that they are above international law. They have their own rules and regulations which others have to abide, and it has been selective. This double standards on Ukraine and Gaza is becoming so common that people are beginning to question what is the validity of the United Nations. The UN Secretary General sometimes is a helpless spectator when its employees are killed and attacked and called terrorists. The whole United Nations Relief and Works Agency has been branded as terrorist by Israel. and it has been banished from the occupied territories in West Bank and Gaza and East Jerusalem. So this is the level to which America and some of its supporters allow Israel to undermine the credibility day in and day out of the United Nations in this region and challenge the sovereignty and integrity, territorial integrity of states. If this jungle law is accepted as the norm by the West, rules-based, so-called rules-based order by the West, the whole credibility and the very existence of the United Nations is at stake. The international law has lost its meaning because of these blatant violations. And more importantly, people and nations are living in fear. Who would be the next victim of this aggression, unprovoked aggression, without any authorization, without any intimation, and no resolution is adopted condemning this blatant this attack by Israel and the United States. Likewise, they did earlier in Iraq also using flimsy reasons. So Middle East has seen death and destruction because of these two powers, America and the State of Israel, violating all the articles of the United Nations, all the principles of the international law, and all the structures which have been established after the Second World War to protect people, to safeguard peace, security, and stability in this region. So, at the United Nations, for example, any attempt to bring peace between Israel and the Palestinian issue and the neighbors is vetoed by the United States. No criticism of Israel is tolerated, whether it is prevention of humanitarian aid or the genocide or any other noble initiative taken by the General Assembly, where overwhelming member, more than 2/3 of the members support relief to the Palestinians and an end to genocide by Israel and the eviction of the UNRWA staff who are providing humanitarian aid to the needy people in Gaza and elsewhere. So America has been a stumbling block for not only peace, but also protecting Israel's aggression against all of these countries, undermining the United Nations, the sovereignty, international law, so on and so forth. So this issue needs to be discussed threadbare. And today we have a very eminent panel of speakers. I would go straight away to welcome Mr. Salman Khurshid, who has recently been elected as president of the India Islamic Cultural Center based in New Delhi. And he's a well-known Indian politician associated with the Indian National Congress, and he has served in the Union Cabinet as in the Ministry of External Affairs, briefly in Law, Commerce, and Minority Affairs. And he also started his career with the Prime Minister's office way back in 1981 during Mrs. Gandhi's period. He has also been Uttar Pradesh Congress Committee President twice. He was also President of the Delhi Public School Society and Dr. Zakir Hussain Society Circle and patron of Mother Teresa Memorial Trust. I had the privilege of working with him at the United Nations in Geneva on the Kashmir issue when he was minister. And I recall his truly outstanding stewardship, leadership, and his contacts with many global leaders who would listen to him with care and, which was helpful for India's foreign policy, Indian national interest. He has been an outstanding advocate of policy which India was known and which catapulted India to global affairs for a very long time. And now I'm privileged to invite Mr. Salman Khurshid to speak on the theme for about 15 minutes. Please, your floor, sir.